Okay, hello. I don't know the last time we did a declutter, but that's what we're gonna do today. So I love watching declutters, but I don't want to take you guys like with me on the journey. Not because I'm trying to hide things, but just because it takes me a long time to decide if I want to declutter something or not. And I feel like I have filmed one in the past, I think. And then I went back through and I was like, no, but I really do still want this. Like I felt almost pressured to like get rid of stuff unnecessarily. So anytime I declutter, it will be me doing it behind the scenes and then just sharing with you guys what it's going to be. So I'm planning on taking a trip, hopefully, depending on everything being okay, in September to see my family. So what I like to do is like I'll video call my mom and like we'll go through each other's makeup like over the phone, like through a video call, and like we'll pick out different things like, oh, I want to try that, like set that aside for me if you're willing to part with it. So that's kind of like what we did. So these are all items that are going to go to my mama. So when I'm down in September, maybe she'll take them, or maybe like we'll be there for a little over a week. So she'll get plenty of time to like use and try out the things. If she doesn't like them, these aren't bad products. These are not things that I wouldn't mind like having in my collection. So I'll just take them back home with me. But I figured like, if my mama got her eye on something and she wants to use it and love it, then go right ahead. So I just wanted to show you just, for full transparency, since we do like a makeup inventory and things like that. Enough rambling. Okay, so the first thing I am chucking in I think I got this from her. This is just going to be the bronzer that we pass back and forth. It's from Rimmel London and it's their Radiance Brick and it's in the shade 001 Light. This is so orange, you guys. I don't know. And I know Kaylee said that she like frankened this with like a taupey eyeshadow and made it work, and I appreciate that advice. And I think that's really good advice. If you do have like a too orange bronzer, like try that out. But I just have so many bronzers that I actually like and would rather get through, and this is one that I can just pass on to my mom. And maybe, maybe she's forgotten that she is where I got it from. So, okay. She said that she had her eye on this Laura Geller baked blush. It's in the shade Tropic Hues. It's like a pink blush with like a kind of golden shift to it. It honestly reminds me of like NARS Orgasm a little bit. Hopefully you can see it. It's kind of cloudy here today. It's really pretty. There's nothing against it. I am just not a super huge like glowy blush kind of person, so not unhappy to be passing that along. So then I do have two lip products in here. I have this. I don't even know where I acquired this from, but it is from the brand Golden Rose. I think it is their lipstick primer, it says Prime and Prep lipstick base with vitamin E. I have one from NYX that I'm using, a lip primer, and I like it and it's fine. And like she complains a lot of her, it's just like clear just so you can see. She complains a lot of like her lipstick like fading off, or that she has like lines in her lips and things like that. So I figured like, well, let me take this to you. I haven't used it at all, so that's why I'm okay passing it on to her, and then she could try it out and see if a lip primer solves her, stuff. And then I have this Tinted Lip Balm. Again, it's never been used. The seal is still on it, but it's from Sky Organics and it's in the shade Raisin. So you can tell on the packaging, because the packaging is like true to the color. It's a very dark, intense color. She likes shades like this. I do not. I think this came in like a 5-pack. And I used up all the other ones. I really like this formula, and I like a tinted lip balm. I don't find like an issue with it. So I would buy that again and then just continue to pass on like the Raisin shade to her if it works. I have this primer. I don't think she's gonna like this, but I have just discovered that I don't really like it. It's the Makeup Revolution Pore Blur Primer. So this feels like and looks like the Benefit Professional Primer. But every time I use this, it like spurts out. I just spit all over myself. it spurts out of its packaging and it's like, it gets everywhere. I don't like it. And then the more I have used it, so I had this, the Catrice Pore Primer, and then the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I like the Putty Primer and the Catrice one far better than I do this one. This one is like 3rd place. So I just figure, like, why should I fight with something that I'm not like super happy with? So I'm just going to pass it on to her and she can decide if she wants to fight with it or not. Okay, I have an eye primer. She was complaining about her eyeshadows like creasing and fading. So I have like this little deluxe size Lorac behind the scenes eyeshadow primer. It's just like the primer that you get when you buy a palette from them. This has never been opened, so pass that on to her. And then I do have this mascara as well, and I have not opened this. I have not used this, but it's from Laura Mercier. So this came, it's the Caviar volume. This came in like a little 500 point perk box from like Sephora, and all of the other products that were in there. So there was, well, the Tinted Radiance Primer was not bad. I really did like that. But then the setting powder, and there was something else in that box, and then this mascara, if I'm not mistaken. But all of the products just didn't wow me. I just didn't like them. And so I kind of feel like that's how this mascara is going to be. It's just a little deluxe size. I have plenty of mascaras. I'm going to pass this on to her. Okay. Then I have this smudge pot from e.l.f. It's the Cruisin' Chic smudge pot. Now I have used this, but I didn't use my finger in it. I used a brush. So I don't want to like dip into this and swatch it for you guys, but like in the packaging you can kind of see it's like a bronzy kind of, it's almost like a bronzy taupey kind of color. I'm just not using this, and I would rather her get to try it and use it before it goes bad. She's very like adventurous with her eyeshadows, but also like she's all about the one and done, and so I think she would get a lot of use out of this. Okay, and then let's see here. I have 4 eyeshadow palettes that she said caught her eye. So I actually had more than 4, but then my best friend was over here and she took 2 of them. Well, she didn't like take them. I offered them to her. But so my friend took the Lorac Pro 4 and ABH Soft Glam. So the 4 palettes that I'm going to take to my mother, I'm going to take this little e.l.f. Bite Size Quad in Rose Water. Again, there's nothing wrong with this. I've used the Cream and Sugar one. I haven't used this one. The colors are really pretty, but these are just her colors, like her kind of thing. So, and Lord knows I have enough eyeshadow palettes. So if she can use it, then that would be great. She also saw this Zoeva Cocoa Blends. And again, it's like really nice purples. You guys have all seen it, but this is right up her alley. And I haven't used this palette, I think maybe like once, maybe twice. And that's sad, that's a shame. So she can take that one to try. I'm also going to, she didn't specifically, those were the only 2 that she picked out, I think. But these other 2, I just think that she would like them more than I do. So the first one is the Lime Crime Venus 3. So this is what it's looking like. The matte formula is okay within this, but like the shimmer formula, I'm just not impressed with. And so I don't want to hang on to something if I'm not going to like reach into it and love it. So also this was like a total impulse buy. I got this, thank God. I would not pay $39 for this. No, I got this on sale during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty for $19. Now, I'm not that mad to let it go for the $19 price point. If I had paid that $39, y'all bet I'd be trying to make that work. And so the last one, this is probably gonna break some of y'all's hearts. I am sending her the Urban Decay Born to Run. Well, not sending it to her. I'm gonna wait and take it with me in September. But this is just her color story. Now, I did take out the shades like Wanderlust, Big Sky, and Radio. I'm gonna be impressed. I did it in order, like I didn't even realize. Anyway, I took those out because I love those like blue-green colors and like that grungy green that Wanderlust is. So I like what was that? Anyway, I like rehomed these 3 shades into a magnetic palette, like just depotted them. Well, not really depotted them. I could not pull the pans out of this palette, so I like scraped them out and repressed them. But again, this is just something I think that would be right up her alley just to like play around with. So that is all the things that are going to leave my collection. And yeah, it's June right now, so I know, let me say this. You might be thinking like, well, Haley, you're not going to see her until September. So I wanted to go ahead and remove these products from my collection so that I could go ahead and see like, okay, you know, I'm making this eye look and I really need this Urban Decay Born to Run palette for like a few shades to like really complete it. Like I wanted to give myself enough time to see like, do I miss the thing and do I actually want to hang on to it? And again, she would be fine with that if it was like something where I was like, actually I used that more than I thought, you know, or I missed that. But I thought, you know, from here until September, that's a good amount of time to see like, am I actually missing it, or have I put it in the box to like take with me to her and I've forgotten about it. But that's it. Hopefully this video was not too terribly long. I am gonna end it and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.